Start in national news tonight. The Justice Department has released a summary of Special Counsel Robert Mueller's investigation into Russian interference in the 2016 election. Natalie Brand reports from Capitol Hill.
Attorney General William Barr released a letter summarizing the findings of Robert Mueller's investigation. The 4-page letter reads, "The special counsel's investigation did not find that the Trump campaign or anyone associated with it conspired or coordinated with Russia in its efforts to influence the 2016 U.S. presidential election." Barr's letter also says Mueller looked into possible obstruction of justice charges against President Trump. The direct quote reads, "While this report does not conclude that the president committed a crime, it also does not exonerate him." The special counsel deferred to the Justice Department to make that determination. Barr says he and Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein decided the evidence is not sufficient to establish the president obstructed justice.
It was a complete and total exoneration. It's a shame that our country had to go through this.
Even before this letter was made public, Democrats were calling for the entire Mueller report to be released.
If we have to, yes, we will certainly issue subpoenas to get that information.
Mueller's team brought charges against 34 individuals, including former Trump campaign chair Paul Manafort and former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn. But as the president's supporters noted, none of the former campaign associates were accused of colluding with the Kremlin to influence the election.
Other things that have happened, people who've done things wrong, they're going to be held accountable for that. That's the way it's supposed to work in this great country. And but on the central issue, no evidence whatsoever.
Barr writes he'll release as much of Mueller's report as he can under the law. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Now, the White House says the president has not seen the full report from the special counsel, only the letter from the Attorney General. Back here in Montana, 11 people had to be rescued from an island on the Yellowstone River about 3 miles east of Pompey's Pillar today. A call for help came in around 10 o'clock this morning. 6 adults and 5 children stayed overnight on the island near Custer Frontage Road and South 44th Road, according to Sergeant Gary Burke of the Yellowstone County Sheriff's Office. Burke said everyone was rescued and no one needed to be taken to the hospital. Warden Fire Chief Lance Taylor says an ice jam broke loose in the channel. Now, access to the river was on private land, and Taylor said a rancher let the fire department use his boat for the rescue. The group was fishing in the area on Saturday. Ice and flooding also has been a concern in the Glendive area. Bailey Gibbs, a rancher, shot this video on Saturday while checking his land. DES coordinator Mary Jo Geiner said yesterday a flooded road kept people from getting to town, but no one was in danger. No structures have been threatened and conditions have improved today.
We do have a little slushy ice coming down right now that I believe is from that jam that was at Hathaway, broke loose sometime yesterday, but I do not believe there's any threat with that. The ice that we had yesterday, the biggest portion of that I truly believe came from the Tongue River. The Powder River had a lot of ice on it this year also that pushed into the Yellowstone. This is probably more ice than I've seen in a while.
Interstate 90 between Hardin and the Wyoming border is still closed due to the flash flooding, as per the latest report from the Montana Department of Transportation's website. Exit 509 is the last exit you can get to past Crow Agency. Information about road conditions in the area can be found on our website. Earlier this week, the public was warned of a scam targeting people who wanted to reach out and help the family of Trooper Wade Palmer, who was one shot in the line of duty a few weeks ago. That same shooting took the life of Shelly Hayes and injured 2 others. Now, one Montana business decided to host a fundraiser offering people a chance to donate and maintain peace of mind, knowing their money will make it to the families. MTN's Lauren Heiser reports.
After scammers attempted to extort money out of people hoping to help recent shooting victims, one Missoula family is offering a way to contribute that feels a bit safer than donating directly online. Kirsten England and her husband own Exit 96 Shine Truck and RV Wash, and on April 7th, all of the profits from their operation will be given to the families affected by the shootings on the 14th and 15th of March.
Sometimes in the wake of a situation like this, you just feel helpless on what to do. I feel as an owner of a business, you have more of an opportunity to give back. so that we can open up that avenue for others to come and know that 100% of whatever they give that day is going to the victims and their families.
The hours of operation that day are 8 to 5, but employees say the wash will remain open as long as people are still there and hoping to donate.
It's a tough time, not just for one victim, but for all 4 victims in different ways. So I think anything that we can do to help them, I think is really important, not just for us, but this entire community here. Thoughts and prayers are important, but they only go so far.
All cars, trucks, and even motorcycles are welcome, but you don't have to wash a vehicle to contribute.
In Missoula, Lauren Heiser, MTN News.
The money raised will be divided up equally between the families. Coming up next, a long stretch of nice days, but how long will that last? Rob's up next with your forecast.
You're watching MTN News with Zoe Zandora, Storm Tracker weather with Rob Griggs, and sports with Casey Conlon. This is the 5:30 news on Q2, Montana's news leader.